Hello, this is Victor at Mercedes.com. Today we're testing the pump for Anthony in Maryland. This is the PSE pump from the S-class. This one came from a 99 S320. So same pump is found in 98, 99 S-classes. It would be S320, S420, S500 and S600. CL600s, CL500s, and so forth. W140 chassis, in other words. Now, 98, 99s are different from 97, including 97 and below. This is a CAN bus pump already, so this one communicates with CAN bus with other computers. So it's not the same. You cannot put in a 96, 97 pump into 98, 99 car. Now, most common issue is the motors, so this is what I replaced on this pump, is the motor. This one didn't seem to be too bad, but it would not spin sometimes. Sometimes it would spin because I see burnt marks on brushes. I'm not going to go with that detail on the camera here, it's just way too small. So inside you can barely see it, but it's there, it's burnt out. So motor had to be done, new motors installed. And we're going to activate the pump. Basically, a couple of things we need is I need a pressure reservoir, which is made out of this bottle. It has to go onto MKL. This is our lumbar support, this port, and this is our vacuum for HVAC. It also has its own reservoir, but I can test the pump without reservoir and a vacuum. We also have these 4 ports here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little plastic cover that goes there and pipes go into that cover. A little notches here that you can undo. These are my test pipes. Basically they just closed because all of these are on the same manifold, so all 4 are on the same manifold. So if one is leaking, then pressure and vacuum is not going to hold and pump will never shut down. So I'm testing the pump only. I don't know if anything in the vehicle is holding vacuum or leaking pressure, I don't know that, but the pump, if everything is fine internally, then the pump will shut down. It will shut down after the pressure is built up and vacuum is built up. So this is what we're testing. So these 4 ports, basically 3 of them are blocked off because they're on the same circuit, and 1 I'm going to connect to my pressure gauge here. So this is pressure and vacuum gauge, so once it reaches about 0.4 and up, then 0.4 bar, then it shuts down. More is better, less is not good. So 0.35, I believe, 0.35, 0.4 is about where you want to be. Again, this gauge is not the most ideal, but it does reach that no problem. I already tested it, just wanted to make a video about that. Now, so therefore 1 port is open, the other ones are closed. This one is blocked off complete because I don't care, it's just as long as it holds vacuum, the pump is going to be fine. I'll show you how it works. These 2, this is headrest and remote trunk release, and this one is the trunk handle. That will activate in a minute as well. So first things first, it's connected over here underneath. The power is going to the terminals underneath the pump. So I'm just going to put the power on. Now what's going to happen is when you put on the power, put on the ignition, it tries to create vacuum and it tries to create pressure. So these will activate at first, and then I'm going to just close them to show that pump shuts down. And then once they're going to be closed, then the rest we can activate. These are irrelevant, these circuits. As long as this one holds pressure and this one holds vacuum, we're fine. So let's put on the power. Power is on. It's trying to create pressure now, so now it's trying to create vacuum. So let's close down the vacuum. Now it's trying to create pressure, and the pressure is created. My little reservoir is pumped up. You do need back pressure to shut down lumbar support. If your lumbars are leaking, the pump will continue running, trying to pump up lumbars. And it will burn itself out, of course, because it's going to activate all the time. So this circuit is very important. not to have any leaks. Vacuum, yeah, I mean vacuum circuit is HVAC, usually it holds vacuum all right. So if it's leaking, I mostly see lumbars leak more than the vacuum. So these two are more important than the rest because they're constantly on. So this is what burns your pump. So in our case, the pump internally isn't leaking, so they shut down, everything's good. Let's activate door locks now. So for that reason, I'm going to put on my gauge on one of the available terminals here. So let's do our door locks. You're gonna see the pressure. The pressure jumps and the pump shuts down. Now what happens if we have a leak? Keeps running. Once I plug it with the pressure gauge, then it shuts down because pressure is created. So that's good. Now let's do unlock. Now this was this was locking actually. The other one was unlocking. The locking is vacuum. So again, it's trying to create vacuum, so I'm going to close it. And once vacuum is created, switches shut down the pump. So no leaks here. Perfectly fine. Again, I'm going to undo the terminal. See, it's trying to pump. And it shuts down. So that is good. Now, second thing we're going to test is our headrest. Headrest release, the rear headrests. This car is a vacuum driven, so we're going to activate vacuum on that. As you can see, it created enough vacuum. It's pumping. It did create more than 0.5, so that's good. Definitely headrests are going to be down if mechanism, of course, on the headrests are working. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to do the trunk release. So for that, it's the same terminal. So it's going to do pretty much vacuum. So this one does the pressure on the trunk release, the vacuum for headrests. So this is dual action. So you see I press the button. We have 0.6 about on the scale, which is way than enough to release the trunk, a remote trunk release from the inside the car, from the cabin switch. When you press on the cabin switch on your dash, the trunk pops open, or if it receives the signal from your key fob to remotely open the trunk, it will do so. The last one we're going is the handle, and handle will do both ways. It will create pressure and create vacuum because handle goes in and goes out. See when it's on, and it retracts it. So when I give it power to this terminal and I keep power on, it created pressure, handle came out. Once I relieve the power, handle, it creates vacuum, handle retracts. So good, this one is fine. I mean, this pump is working. We don't have any leaks from these terminals. Now we'll duplicate the leak. I'm gonna unplug one of them, the pressure one. So you're gonna see how my bottle, you see the bottle is going to deflate. So I can deflate the bottle. Now it creates pressure and the bottle is inflated. One more time. I'm working with this because it's visual. You can squeeze it, you can let go. So therefore, I have a reservoir which is hard plastic, but you can't see what I'm doing right now. You know, the way it does. If I'm just gonna plug it, it's not gonna work. It has to be with some sort of a reservoir. In terms of vacuum, let's try this. That's vacuum, all right. Let's do the pressure. that was bizarre and noisy demonstration, but that's how these things work. Vacuum is created, pressure is created. So at least it's visual. I'll do something about this bottle. It's not gonna last for long, but I have a lot of them, so I just changed the cap. Good to go. So this is how we do it. Very primitive, but very demonstrative, kind of like showing here. Okay, so this is it. Basically, pump is ready to go. You know, the motor spins the same speed, so backward and forward, and that's a good thing. Sometimes they go faster on vacuum, slower on pressure, and vice versa. It depends on how you're gonna open it up. You can mess it up inside. If you don't align veins correctly, it's gonna start rubbing, and you're gonna mess up the veins, the pump itself that pumps. So this one is very good. It's very nicely done. So this is it basically. Inside the pump, let me shut down the power so it doesn't continue running. Just show inside real quick. Our pump is cleaned up. As you can see, it's nice and clean. This pipe I shortened a little bit just to make it sit tight. Somebody cut into these wires, so I replaced them. Where's one of them? Oh, actually here. You see this one right here, this was tapped in, so I guess somebody replaced the motor at some point in this one. So I just put new wires. And also this spot was burnt out. It was completely burnt, so I had to solder it also. So you have power going to the motor. So we're good to go on this one. And yeah, so this is it. Okay, so this is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. This is for customer in Maryland, for Anthony. And more videos can be found, and more information can be found on my website at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thanks for watching.